All right, guys, we're back with some modern for you here. Starting things off with Kyle on your left. What was that?
Nothing.
Nicola on your right.
Exciting stuff. This is Abzan versus Hate Bears.
No, it's Eldrazi taxes
It's basically Hate Bears.
with bigger creatures.
Both of these players are 2-0.
Yep.
Kyle's
We've been
playing Abzan with 1 Dark Confidant, 1 Tireless Tracker. And Nicola is playing Eldrazi Hate Bears.
Solid. Solid. So we'll bring it full screen for you guys. What do you like in this matchup? Hate Bears or Abzan?
Abzan.
Abzan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just have a good amount of removal. And I feel like if you get the first key piece from the Eldrazi Taxes deck off the table, it's easier to get the rest. Although I will say that like the Eldrazi deck has those scary temple starts where like
Sure.
the Thought Knots come down early.
Oh, that hand has no land.
It has one,
Does it?
I think. I think it's a Ghost Quarter though.
Oh, probably not a good one then. I can't imagine that Nicola keeps his hand.
I do have some questions about this deck's land construction here.
For Nicola?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like why?
Oh. Okay. All right.
That'd be my first one.
Well, the temple you were referring to, we're talking about lands here.
Temple of the False Gods, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I meant.
This isn't the right one.
There is the Eldrazi temple.
This one doesn't seem very playable.
So add a colorless to your mana pool, or add 2, but only
Colorless.
use 2 colorless mana to your mana pool, but only to cast colorless Eldrazi spells or activate abilities of colorless Eldrazi. So
Devoid comes into play here a lot.
alongside Ayavugan, this was quite the potent modder deck. This hand is 3 lands, a path, and a Wasteland Strangler.
That works. That clears 2 threats, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, Wasteland Strangler combined with path, pretty good. I mean, something like an Inquisition there, or Thoughtseize would have been backbreaking, frankly, I feel.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, so there's the Cave of Aquilus to start things off and pass the turn, leaving up Path to Exile for the potential turn 2 play of Kyle. We talked about the possibilities of Grim Flare, Dark Confidant.
Can also get a Noble Hierarch.
Yep. Yep, a late to the party Noble Hierarch, sure. It's very possible.
I hope not, though.
No. Well, Kyle is sacrificing 1 fetch land here.
And it seems... I think Kyle has like a Tarmogoyf at least in hand, although a 1-2 Tarmogoyf isn't that exciting. But you're up against a black-white deck, and they know each other's decks, so he knows that bolts don't come into play here. Although Wasteland Strangler does. Does set up the awkward situation where like you can path the next threat.
He has Noble, but he's fetched Godless, so that leads me to believe he has something like Inquisition or Thoughtseize first.
I think Kyle scried his second land to the top.
Yeah, so there's a Thoughtseize.
And then just didn't want to fetch, so that he got it.
That's fair. I mean, he knows he's not under any immediate pressure, especially with a turn 2 Thoughtseize.
Absolutely.
So he gets a Strangler, a Dark Confidant, or a Path to Exile. Nicholas separates a Dark Confidant, which is, I imagine, likely the choice here.
Yeah.
I mean, it does leave Kyle with, knowing that Nicola has Wasteland Strangler and the way to enable the Strangler. So
I think Nicola is saying that maybe if Kyle wanted to take a land and another card, he'd let him.
There's a Noble Hierarch. Kyle may be questioning, you're just going to path this, or what are you going to do?
Don't see why you do that.
So Kyle doing
I believe
6 damage
Nicola
to
drew
himself.
another Dark Confidant.
No,
The Tidal Color. That's much less exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a fine turn 2 play here, though. It does curve nicely into the turn 3 play with that Wasteland Strangler to kill this Noble Hierarch.
Yep, definitely. This means he gets to take a card for sure. I think you take the...
You don't take Lingering Souls, that's for sure.
That's not the one. Okay.
Okay, Nicola takes Lingering Souls. So
that's going to get put back in.
He may just not put it back. He may not process, but I can't see that would being smart either. So how big would this Goyf be? A 3/4? So you can't strangle that. And that would actually make it a 4/5.
Yeah, this is really awkward.
I would have taken the Tarmogoyf.
Yeah, I think I would have too.
Because the Strangler kills the Tyler's Tracker and the Spirits or whatever. I mean, if you process this Lingering Souls, he still gets 2 Spirits.
It's possible Nicola's trying to set up for like... I path your Tarmogoyf, assuming that's what he's going to play, and then the turn after he gets to process,
Okay, sure.
And kill a tracker.
Sure, so that means he's hoping Kyle doesn't draw any answer in the meantime.
Kyle just plays tracker.
Did he find a land?
No, I think he just plays the one that dies to the Strangler.
Well, it's going to, yeah, I mean, here's going to be the path, I imagine.
Feels like if Nicola had taken Tarmogoyf here, he would have been much better off.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so path to exile and a couple lands. Along with that Strangler in hand. So I think you're just pathing here, probably? Or
No, you can't, because you can't beat the Goyf.
Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. So this has to be the one you process away, sure.
But now it's awkward, because you wanted to path first, so you didn't have to put the Lingering Souls back.
Yeah.
So now he's just kind of hanging out. This is definitely awkward sequencing from Nicola, and an awkward choice from the Tidal Sculptor. It's definitely going to impact the way this game plays out.
Yeah. We'll have to see what he decides to go with here. It's going to lead on, it looks like a Cave of Coilos he's deciding on here. And then I have to imagine we're going to see the Strangler. Yeah,
you
he's
could.
pulled to the front.
Yeah, I mean, you know Kyle doesn't have a land, so you could just wait one more turn, hope that he doesn't draw a land, and path the Goyf that you know is coming down, and then do the process for next turn. It's very mana inefficient, but like this is the nature of the choices Nicola has made this game.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, the issue now, of course, is that Kyle has the option of going, okay, Flashback Souls instead.
To be fair, the Flashback Souls aren't amazing here. They just trade with the Strangler, probably. I don't think they're on the beatdown plan.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not great. As it does only, of course, eat one of these two creatures at best. So,
Nicola debating killing the Hierarch, I think.
Also a fair choice, I guess. But yeah, decides. I think Tracker is the better choice. For sure.
This is again.
Did he draw a second Goyf?
I think he did.
That's nice.
It's always nice.
Here's the Goyf that we know about.
I don't like this play because you know that path is in hand. You're just time walking yourself and letting Nicola hit you for 5.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, and a Thought-Knot here was drawn.
That's pretty good. I think you could Thought-Knot first then, right?
Do you?
I don't know. Are you really that worried about a Goyf right now?
It blocks all your attacks.
Yeah, but then Nameless Inversion and Goyf, so you just take Goyf. I mean, yeah, here's the thing though, right? Like, sure, you're going to take a hit here, but that's it. All right, next turn you just path it and you're gone. So unless Kyle draws Hand Disruption.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, this is second Goyf, which is the important part, of course, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're going to see here.
I guess he didn't know there was a second Goyf.
No, he didn't, but I still think you're fine doing this. Because, I mean, he can even just chump with, like, Tidal Scholar.
He took Nameless Inversion.
Okay. So Nicola is just not afraid of Tarmogoyfs, apparently. I'm interested by that. So sorcery creature land.
Kyle's super losing this race, and attacking here when you know he has a path is ambitious. I mean, maybe Kyle's drawn a path of his own, but if he hasn't, then this leaves him up to getting his Goyf path. Kyle takes 9, and then he can't attack anymore.
It's only a 3-power Goyf, okay. Yeah, sorcery instant land. No, sorcery creature land, sorry. But it was attacking for 4 thanks to the Hierarch.
Yeah. What's Nicola's draw? Is it another land? No, it's another Wasteland Strangler.
Okay.
Well, he gets to go path your Goyf, strangle your Hierarch, attack you for 1,000,000, and then Kyle just has like no good blocks because he's going to take 9. So then he's just dead on board unless he finds another blocker as well. I mean, that seems. I mean, I like getting the game over here.
Sure, yeah.
So I think, and especially when you know Kyle's been stuck on lands, I think well, he can do this, but he needs to path first.
Well, again, the Goyf.
But what does he do now?
I guess he just loses the Scholar and makes the Goyf bigger.
I think this has just been played very poorly from Nicola.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he didn't have some merit to his decisions.
I guess his plan here is to exile or get rid of their Goyf.
Sure. This seems like going.
Is that going to work though? Because that makes it 5/6. That won't even kill it. Because now if he does that, he adds tribal and instant.
Yeah.
And he adds artifact thanks to the Scholar dying. Yeah, I think his idea was he would just get to go ahead and strangle away the Goyf.
Even then though, like if that's your line, you lose a card when you don't need to. Like you could have pathed the Goyf that was there to block, attack for 9, and then put yourself in a position where you get to kill the Noble Hierarch, and then it doesn't matter, you know?
I like your line much more. I mean, Kyle is at 7 now, which is important.
But now you can just leave Goyfs back. So
Yeah.
and he gets to keep doing the trades. Whereas before he would have had to leave a Goyf back and be facing lethal damage. It's different now. Now the Goyfs are huge.
Yeah, so we have
Yeah. So like, I'm not a huge
7
fan.
Goyfs.
Yeah, not a huge fan. Kyle did have Lingering Souls, so maybe that played into Nicola's.
Yeah, just Path of Goyf here.
Nicola's got.
Take 6, I assume. Go to 6.
Does he have outs? Nicola plays Zealous Persecution in the main.
Okay, so that ends the game.
That card's huge here.
Yeah.
Don't know if there's anything else.
So I think you attack with the Thought Knot and a Wasteland Strangler, make him chump with his Spirit, because he's gonna force the block.
Nah, he'll draw Zealous Persecution. It's Nicola, I
Sure,
believe.
close to that, or Path. So he can attack here. It puts Kyle to 1.
Yeah.
And if Kyle, okay, so he can't attack now because Kyle will die, kill him on the crackback, right? Because there's creature.
I don't understand what's happening here. I think you just path the Goyf.
Creature, instant, tribal.
Unless
sorcery,
life totals are wrong.
land, artifact.
Life totals could be wrong.
He can't. He's dead.
Life totals might be wrong.
Yeah, but okay. If life totals right, Nicola's just dead, and Kyle's at 1. I don't know
Kyle
what Kyle's
tapping the top of his
for.
deck, hoping for.
Maybe our Goyf count is wrong, but I'm fairly certain that Goyf is a 6/7. There's tribal, instant, sorcery, creature, land,
That's 5.
artifact.
6.
Because Tidal Scholar is an artifact.
Maybe Kyle doesn't see it. I think Kyle has this counted wrong. You see the Goyf die at 5. He was wrong.
Okay.
Now it's at 6. Now
Okay.
Nicola's dead.
Yeah, because last turn he attacked for 6 and he was at
So it's
12.
interesting because Nicola confirmed Goyf's size with Kyle on his turn. Kyle said it's a 5/6. It was not.
Yeah, he
Nicola
obviously
attacked.
wouldn't attack the way he attacked if that's the case, or he would have pathed the Goyf differently.
It's on. It's still on you. Like
It is.
you have to figure out
Yeah,
representation
and
as well.
and Kyle just says, "Yeah, I attack and pump, you're dead." Okay, Liliana wouldn't have done anything. That doesn't matter. Okay, you mill 2, sure.
Well, now Kyle's not dead.
Well, I don't
now
know what they
Nicola's not
decided
dead.
on here, because I'm not sure what they decided on here. If they decided like, I think Kyle ended up winning. Goyf was at 6, activated Gavany and killed him. Yeah, we know that, but it seems like Kyle and Nicola both thought the Goyf was a 5/6, not a 6/7. And I think when he attacked last turn as well.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's on both players to represent.
No,
it, so it's
I
not a big-
recognize that.
I also think Nicola had about 3 turns where if he made a better play, he could have won on
Yeah,
any of
I
them.
don't think he played it optimally.
And somehow he managed to find the line each turn that prolonged the game. I think the big mess up or the big indecision was pathing the Goyf or pathing a Spirit, putting Kyle to 1, and then just having a Goyf still on board. All you have to do is serve with the team.
Yeah, he's gonna block.
He
You
might
have path for
yeah,
Goyf and you just win.
He chumps and then he has Gavany on the table to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Nicola screwed up a couple times, sure, but yeah, I mean, it's a little awkward that because even last turn, the turn before, Kyle had a 6/7 Goyf attacked, only did 5 damage, so both players recognize it's a 5/6. Which again, he's obviously both
It
players.
just means the
responsibility.
damage was wrong, right? It means Nicola should have. I mean, if they had gotten the
He
damage
should have been
right
at 6,
both
which is
times, he would have died.
Which is the problem though, because Nicola wouldn't have made those attacks either, right?
Yeah.
Like I think, I mean, yeah, the mess up on both their parts there. I don't by any means think it's malicious on Kyle's part to represent.
No,
a
it was
Goyf.
definitely not malicious. It was just both players counted wrong, and
I think they might have forgot that Scholar is an artifact.
yeah,
That-
it's easy
that
to
is-
forget.
That is one thing that
it doesn't
kinda
even look
slips
like an
by.
artifact.
It kind of does has the grayish box to it, but if you're not
guess,
paying
but
attention,
yeah.
it's you look at it as a gold card, right? It's a
Yeah.
creature. It's a gold creature. So yeah, that was a very large Tarmogoyf. So
That was
Yeah.
where things started to go wrong for Nicola. Was when he put the Titler Sculler in the graveyard for no reason.
yeah,
But there were a series of awkward turns. Like he could have on the turn where he sacked or
I'm also
chumped
curious.
away
in
his
that,
Sculler. He
I'm
could have
also
just
curious
passed.
in that case then how. No, we're in 5, so that's fine. Never mind now. Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
I just think on the turn where he gave up his Sculler for free, just
Yeah.
like a chump, he could have path the Goyf that was going to block, then still had the man open to Wasteland Strangler to make sure Noble Heart can't even block.
Yep.
Serve. Kyle goes down to 5 or 6. 5.
Well, he was
at 14.
He was at 14.
So he goes to 5.
Taken
takes
4.
9.
Yeah, 7, 9. Yeah.
And then he only has the Goyf. So the Goyf has to
Goyf
stay back
has
to
to still
block.
block, yeah.
But he's at 5, so even 2 of those creatures connecting wins
Just
Nicola the
ends the
game.
game,
So Kyle
yeah.
needs to present 2 blockers that turn. He can flash back Lingering Souls,
which is the 2 blockers.
but then you're
That's
still
it.
fine.
Yep.
I don't know.
He also was drawing paths, so it wouldn't have mattered. It
Yeah.
was the end of the game. Yeah, I think definitely Nicola. It looks like he recognizes himself. He made a few errors there for sure.
Yeah.
And I think really it went wrong from that first taking of Lingering Souls.
Yeah,
Over,
it kind of screwed things
like,
up
the
a bit.
Goyf.
The Goyf that killed him, yeah.
Yeah, like Goyf is
That
just,
Goyf didn't need to be there.
The only answer Nicola has to a resolved Goyf is probably Path to Exile.
Yeah.
He drew 2, but used a path on neither of them.
Yeah,
Right?
that was
Like-
those were interesting. No, he used a path
did
on
he
one that
path
was
one
attacking
Goyf?
him.
Sure,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Well, that was when he got attacked by
yeah,
2.
Yeah. Which shouldn't have happened in the first place, but
Yeah.
So Kyle does take game 1, and a kind of strange game here.
Yes.
We're
Little
gonna
bit.
say they
Little
have about 35 minutes left because we didn't start the clock. That seems fair. Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully Nicola can bounce back and kind of pick up the pieces here because that was not optimal, unfortunately. That was Nicola's game to lose, and he did it in astounding fashion.
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow, but sometimes you got to just bounce back. You don't play optimally.
Yeah.
It's been a long night. Maybe you're tired. You got to try
Sure.
and just pick yourself
It's
back
the
up.
holiday season. Everyone's running around, getting busy,
Yeah.
buying presents and stuff.
Everyone's running around getting busy.
I don't know about you.
Quote
but
Ryan. The holiday season. That's why so many babies are born
'tis the season.
in September.
Yeah. 'Tis the season.
It's those mall Santas, man.
They get me every time. Get me every
Once
time.
they get off work and they're all like done being like saints, basically. You already know they're good father figures.
Is that what that implies? All right, so players shuffling up and drawing for game 2. Looks like Kyle might have boxed his deck or something there, possibly. or-
Yes, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see if Nicola. That was a 5 for Nicola as well.
Yeah,
That
and
was
he
his
had,
game to just crush. And yeah, wow.
yeah, he honestly really should have won that one.
Should have just stomped that mull to 5. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he should have stomped. I mean,
I
it would have
didn't.
been tight.
Kyle
Both-
and Nicola
both
both showing their
players.
hands. Very nice.
Both players.
I didn't see what either of them had. I saw a path in Kyle's hand, and I saw a ghost quarter in Nicola's.
No, Kyle has a Horizon Canopy. I almost
Okay.
called it a Horizon.
a Horizon? It's like Rountain.
No, it's not that bad. Islands can be Iggy. Forest can be Fred. Yeah, and Red will have Ron.
We're on the mountain.
Ron the Mountain. Taking off?
So, have a good Christmas, Barry.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
See you guys next week.
Boxing Day
I'll be
probably.
here. I'm not here Wednesday. I have,
I'll be here Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be on and off next week. So
Chris is at my girlfriend's place.
Okay. Are you here Boxing Day?
I'm traveling back on Boxing Day. So
Okay.
All right. Travel safe, man.
Shoot me a message if you want me to put something up for Boxing Day.
yeah, I'll think about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Take it easy, man. Happy holidays. I'm saying happy holidays because we're on stream.
Sure. Happy holidays. Yeah, whatever. So Nicola's turn 2, strong one in the form of Ghost Quarter Lunan Arbiter, threatening next turn to
Just
essentially
letting him know.
Yeah.
You better fetch properly, my friend. Kyle has to respond with a fetch land. Plays a Horizon Canopy. That one's awkward.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like he's considering pathing the Leonin, but he's going to hire.
he can do both, right? So
Well, if he
the
doesn't,
awkward thing is if he paths any time before. Oh, and a little something happened on stream there. Apparently, we're not sure what on the match, but
Nice.
I'm curious how I can get a little bit of that. So Nicola here, he can't fire off the Ghost Quarter because That will, of course, prompt Kyle to
Yeah.
be able to
But
fetch.
he gets to sit on it for the rest of the game.
He does, yeah.
And it's going to cost Kyle a land. I think if Kyle's plan was to path exile this Leonin Arbiter, he should have done
it on his own turn when Nicola
Well,
could
if
not
Nicola
respond.
taps both his lands, though,
Yeah.
then I think it's a second Ghost Quarter.
That's pretty good.
I think you play it immediately and then pass.
Do you even pass, or you just fire it
No,
off?
you pass. Because you don't want to use it unless Kyle forces you. Like if you
Okay.
just beat down, see, I don't like this.
All right, Nicola gonna fire.
Didn't
off
even
his
play
path.
his other Ghost
His
Quarter.
Ghost
This
Quarter.
is just all wrong.
So Nicola was hoping Kyle would not have it. It would seem.
But
Both
he-
players will get a basic land out of this.
This is just odd. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if that is a second Ghost Quarter in his hand, he's taking risk he doesn't need to take.
Yeah, if you could just, I think it's a second Ghost. Maybe
Like,
it's a
even,
Temple.
Even if you're gonna go for the Ghost Quarter play there, just play your second one first. That way, even if he does path and response,
Yeah.
you still get to fire off one Ghost Quarter.
It might be Temple though.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's my thought. If it wasn't actually Ghost Quarter, that's the only reason why.
Also, why is the planes tapped?
Because it came off path.
Oh right, I thought that was
Yeah,
double
Kyle's was
Ghost Quarter.
untapped. Nicholas was tapped. So,
Kyle pushing a Maelstrom Pulse to the front of his hand.
yeah, deal with this Dark Confidant. Seems a good choice.
It
Also
does,
has
but
Damnation in hand.
Yeah, it does, but the problem is that Maelstrom Pulse is also your best answer to like the
Thoughts here?
Eldrazi and I don't know. Well, not your best. Path's always your best, but the Damnation just gets got.
Yep. There's that pulse. He takes the damage for it.
Yeah, takes the damage off the Hoko.
Yep. Hoko. Nice. Nice. It's an Hoka.
Yeah, well, doesn't sound as good.
Okay.
The Ho-Ho.
The ho-ho. So
Awkward.
was a second Ghost Quarter unless he's drawn that in the last couple turns here. But
it would
big
have to be
plays-
literally this turn.
big plays have to be Thought-Knot he wants here. Or
Hey!
okay, that's fine. That gets to fire off, kill the Horizon Canopy is my guess. Sure.
Nicola can also perhaps pay 2.
Okay, he actually wants to go for the swamp. Sure.
I think that's correct.
Oh, and a
Ooh.
path. Ooh,
Ugh.
that one's good. Yeah, there's a good turn.
I mean, Kyle still just gets to, like, if he draws a Tarmogoyf, he's in a good spot. Kyle drew a Noble Hierarch, which is also fine here. Nice.
Okay, Nicola gonna swap out his Arbiters.
Kyle
gonna tell
maintaining
him,
the game
no,
state.
no, sir.
That's not the one that was path. We need to represent the game state correctly. I can appreciate Kyle's decision to do that.
Sure.
I think Kyle's sending a strong message by shocking this into. Oh yeah.
Does have a third land there. Yeah, I mean, if Nicola has like a third Ghost Quarter or another Path Exile, it's
I
gonna be
think
huge.
he wants both.
Oh yeah, if he wants, yeah, for sure.
Ideally. To be fair, using the Ghost Quarter is taking him off Thought Knots here.
But, yeah,
Small price to be
Um,
paid, but
Kyle doesn't have any options for Damnation if Nicola does have answers to this Goyf.
imagine Nicola had a path. Just he's ready. Looks like he might have a Zealous Persecution.
Goyf is a 4/5. Okay,
Wasteland Strangler.
sure. Okay, yeah, kill that. Yeah, I won't change the Goyf's power and toughness.
Kyle making sure, because
yeah,
that
we
had
got
happened
messed
before.
up last time. So his hand right now is what? Damnation,
Engineered and a fetch land.
Okay, so he does have double black if he ever needs
Long
it.
on answers, short on threats.
Yeah. We're talking about attack for 1.
I think you just
Crack the
sit.
canopy.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. But I think otherwise you might just sit on this. Oh, he's going to play EE. Not a huge fan of that.
For 3? Okay. Yep.
I mean, it does shut off Flicker Wisp as well.
Yeah. I mean, him playing it on 3 now indicates or signals that he wants to blow up this Wasteland Strangler at some point, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, Nicola just, if he has things like Flicker,
Yeah, he's definitely not playing another 3-drop into it, but it might make Nicola's hand awkward if it's mostly
Sure.
3-drops.
Sure.
I'm not a huge fan of the EE. I think you just sit.
That
Well,
one's pretty good.
now the Damnation goes.
Yeah.
So I guess if you'd sat, you definitely sit on the E. And this is probably another reason why, because if he does that, Nicola either takes the Damnation and then you EE for 2, get it back, or he doesn't take the Damnation for some reason, and then you just Damnation and get your EE back.
Yeah.
The way we've set this up here is that we're guaranteed
He
to
loses.
lose.
He gets to kill a Wasteland Strangler and have his Damnation stranded underneath that Sculler.
And if
Nicola finds like a Wasteland
yeah.
Strangler here, even let's see, even before the E pops, whatever.
Yeah.
It gets to get this hierarch nicely. So
Yeah.
so Kyle gets a second black source for the Damnation he no longer has.
Well, I mean, you're assuming that in this game you're going to get it back, I assume.
Yeah.
Like, I think Kyle knows that...
No, that's Nicola's card now. He owns it.
I think Kyle knows that like his deck has so much removal that you should get the second black just in case.
He pops the explosives now as well, so away goes the Wasteland
Just
Strangler.
mana efficient. Is this another Noble Hierarch?
So I mean, if he has like a second Wasteland Strangler, it's going to be huge.
Oh yeah, the beats are coming.
Sure enough.
I think you attack with the one. Okay.
He actually decides he'll just keep it in his hand after showing in his opponent instead. He'll crack that. I think that's fair.
Yes.
Crack that out first.
Now
And then play
attack.
it.
Attack. Do it, Kyle.
Or play land.
Kyle, no. Yes. Yes. All right. I'm
Ghost Quarter drawn for
fan.
Nicola.
Would be better if he had another Arbiter, I suppose.
Yep. Much better. Another attack for
Is Kyle
2.
really at 5, or is this just wrong?
Ooh, Gideon's
Ugh.
Gideon's
That's
pretty
rough.
good.
That's really rough. This Damnation does nothing now.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Damnation
good one.
clears 2 Noble Hierarchs, and I think
And,
Kyle dies to Gideon. Kyle's at 4. What has happened this game that I missed?
He fetch shocked a lot, I think. He also took a couple attacks from Nicola's creatures.
We are covering this a bit more lax. These two guys are friends and also kind of taking this a bit more in a fun way. So we're trying to do our best to match the joie de vivre of the match.
Grim Flayer, I believe.
Almost certainly delirious.
Not necessarily. I
Instant
assume.
land sorcery creature.
Okay, yep, we're good.
I'm assuming the creature's there because I think there was one that was processed.
Yeah, he processed Noble Hierarch.
Yeah. So it's delirious. Yes.
Here it comes. Get him. Get him.
I think if I'm Nicola, I just take it.
Yep.
I mean, you could chump, but
Nicola is just clarifying to make sure that he is in fact a delirious.
oh, there's an
Grim
artifact
Flayer.
in there too. That is super delirious.
Oh yeah, E's in there. Yeah, he's fine.
It's so delirious. It might just end up on Nicola's side of the board.
Sure.
It's so delirious.
Yeah. So
This is interesting. I like that Noble Hierarch got Gideon and then untapped. That's pretty good.
it's pretty sweet. Yeah. If this connects with a Planeswalker, untap
That's
it.
the world's greatest Noble Hierarch.
I don't know what Nicola's hand is. He
It's
drew a
something
land.
foil.
Well, the foils in his deck are Thought Knots, I'm pretty sure.
Game. It's not though. Kyle's no hand. But I think Nicola just starts building an army.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
It is dangerous if Kyle top decks another Damnation or a way to get rid of the Tide Hollow Scholar. Maybe he goes Path Tide Hollow, and then he's just like, well, I gotta do this.
so I think Nicola just trying to figure out exactly if he attacks what's going to happen here. Because he can turn on the Shelly Events, which means that he does have to block with everything. He gets to eat the Tide Hollow Scholar, get back Damnation. That doesn't do anything.
Well, if he eats the Tide Hollow Scholar...
I guess he actually eats Shelly Events in that case. Doesn't eat Scholar.
Yeah.
He blocks it. He takes 2 and falls to 2.
I think
And then he
you
has...
make a soldier.
I think that's
As
still...
unexciting as this is.
I think it's still correct because, yeah, eventually, Kyle's on the top of his deck. He has to just go wide
well,
at some point.
you do want to get Kyle dead as fast as possible, but I think the soldier represents... Now you're like being like, okay, Kyle has to top deck a removal spell or a guy to chump with again because as
Yep.
long as there's 2 threats that can get through, Kyle dies.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, the other thing is Nicola doesn't even care if Scholar dies because, again, damage doesn't do anything. Right?
Well-
if Kyle casts it, Nicola just goes. Okay,
Nicola
you're dead.
considering just casting a thought, not making a dude and passing.
I think that's fair. That means Kyle has to draw removal.
No, I don't like this.
I don't like this attack. No. Okay. Yeah, I don't like this because this is gonna eat the Shelly Events, chump the Gideon, chump one of the 2/2s. Kyle falls to 2. I mean, this puts the pressure on for next turn as well.
What you do is you block with the flare on the Sculler, and you block with the Hierarch to chump, and you go down to 2.
Yeah.
And then you get the Damnation back. You also get Grim Flare with an activation. I do think that Nicola's line is correct.
Sculler is
looking
now a
at it.
land.
Yeah. I do think Nicola's line's correct because the man land is hard for Kyle to answer, and the Gideon doesn't die to the Grimflayer attack.
Yeah.
So I think he mathed this out very well, and I think we were being too conservative.
Okay.
I think having seen how Nicola played the first game, we were too eager to assume that he was playing this turn wrong as well. But I think this is actually this is the correct play.
Sure.
And
Sure.
it's a very smart decision from Nicola.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle's in the same spot, right? He needs to find an answer to either a chumper or he needs to find.
Well, he needs to find an answer to a Gideon, a manland, and the soldier token.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Damnation's a place to start, but it doesn't do much.
Yeah,
And it taps him out, so you can't do it.
I think killing the Sculler was not
Wrong?
important here. Yeah,
You kill the manland.
Okay, he found Lingering Souls.
Does Lingering Souls do it? It gives him 2 blockers.
No. He's
Well,
still
it'll
dead.
do it if he has a removal spell as well.
Sure.
This is an interesting game, honestly.
It is.
I'm glad we got to watch this.
Yeah, he's good.
It's modern is a lot of fun when decks are interacting with each other.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. So here we see the Lingering Souls get flashed back. That's going to make
Kyle
2
has
spirits.
Damnation and Kyle shuffles his hand too fast. Kyle, you need to stop going to the gym. I hope you watch this replay. You need to stop being so buff.
Okay, so yeah, this is. I mean, if Nicola does the same thing as last turn, fires up Channeling Vents, fires up Gideon,
It's possibly game.
it means he's putting Kyle on removal spell, has to be there or you're dead. So
Small thing here is that Nicola should make sure not to use the Ghost Quarter to fire up the Shambling Event unless he
Yes.
has a 1-mana play.
yes,
I mean, he might have Path, which might be important to keep up.
yes, yeah. Still Thought Knot in his hand, so he can cast the Thought Knot, which I mean means he's not killing Kyle this turn.
Man, Gideon
Unless he has Path.
is so good.
There is a white card next to him, but I can't. I think it might be another Gideon, to be honest. Yeah, Gideon's very good. Standard All-Star.
Definitely,
his-
he's definitely going to have a place in Modern.
Making
This
his
card's so
presence
good.
known in Modern as well.
This card is pushed.
He goes to the gym too, I think.
He's not quite as buff as Kyle. But he's okay. Kyle's more of a dreamboat. Gideon is definitely handsome as well, but he doesn't have that rugged sense. The outdoorsy sense.
He's like gone out to fight wars and fight Eldrazi. How's that not rugged?
Eh.
All right.
He hangs out
Uh,
with Jace.
So that's just the attack. I imagine this means Thought Knots here. There's a Displacer in Nicola's hand as well. Take Damnation because Bob
Yeah.
doesn't do anything. Neither does Damnation, but
I like how he's putting it under the Thought Knots here.
Siege Rhino.
There's Mike here who wants to talk to you.
Okay.
Do you want me to send him down or let him know that you'll be up?
Just let him know I'll be after this, like 10 minutes probably. Thank you. Sorry, I have fans. That are being. Oh, that's a good draw. He gets to
Siege
go.
Rhino is-
He gets to go Displacer and have the mana up to activate. That should be game. Just don't blink the Rhino. Nicola, don't do it. He did it. He figured it out. I blinked a Rhino before. Remember that?
Did you?
Remember I was playing Bant Eldrazi in our Modern Trios, and we were up against the thing, and we're like, we missed lethal probably 4 times.
Oh
But
yeah.
one time we're like Displacer, and we both were like, okay, we have it. We just displace his blocker. His blocker was a Siege Rhino. So I went to go displace it, and I was like, I'm just going to leave the mana open and pass. And Ryan's like, what? And I was like, we messed up. And then he looked at the board and was like, yes, we did. We certainly did.
Our opponent was upset when we realized that.
But we still won.
Our opponent wanted us to blink his Rhino.
He did. He was on
And
board
then-
for that.
And then we were knocked out by Mono Blue Tron. That was the round I got turned 2 by Infect.
What a
twice.
way to go.
I got turned 2 by Infect twice in a row. It was fun.
That was actually, it was fun for me to watch.
I'm glad. I was playing Affinity. It
I
was
believe I
great.
turned to you after the first one, did this. Ha ha ha.
You did. You did. That's your catchphrase.
Less a catchphrase, more of a mating call.
It worked on me.
Works on everyone. No.
Lucky woman your girlfriend is.
Pardon?
Lucky woman your girlfriend
Yes.
is.
Yes, very.
All right.
Thanks for noticing.
Oh yeah, yeah. In every way, just a catch.
Well, not every way. Some things you can't fix. Sometimes you're born with it. Sometimes you're not.
Were you just not born with it? Is that the problem?
No, I wasn't. I just, for whatever reason, I can't grow a nice mustache.
That's unfortunate.
It's brutal.
That is unfortunate.
Because, you know, Movember rolls around.
How embarrassing for her.
Yeah, for 1 month.
Her man can't grow a mustache.
For 1 month out of every year, guys with mustaches are suddenly attractive. And I can't jump in on that bandwagon. So for 1 month every year, I'm not conventionally attractive anymore.
It's a rough life you live.
It is.
It's a rough life.
Nobody's
sir.
perfect.
Well,
But I was close.
sure.
I like that. Do we really have to take this much time to sideboard, guys? I have a fan waiting for me. Apparently. I've been summoned. But I couldn't miss a single minute of hot top 8 modern action.
It's hot now.
It is. There's no burn, but it's still hot.
There's a burn deck here.
I'm
It's
sure
not
there
on
is.
camera.
It's modern, and some people just like to get things done quick. It's like the people who like spawn camp in FPS games. Like technically they're playing the same game as you,
They're just monsters.
but they have no interest in all the things that make that game fun. They're just interested about pure results.
Did you say results?
Results.
Okay.
It's
I
like
don't
burn
know what that is.
results.
That's good. That's good. Well, if you called burn brun,
Brun.
I'm gonna burn you out, bro.
I could totally call and spell
Can
burn.
we get Nicola like an actual life pad? Like that's. Come on now, guys.
I could actually call and spell burn brun, and most burn players wouldn't notice or be able to correct me.
Like you're right.
I'd be like, so you play brun? And they'd be like, yes. I played the red things.
I played the colorless things.
I actually, now this, I'm not trying to imply anything, but the number of burn players I have played against who can correctly pronounce Eidolon is very low. Very, very
What do they
low.
call it? Eidolon?
Either Eidolon or Eidolon.
Oh boy.
I've had some Eidolons,
Eidolon. Eidolon.
and it's rhetoric.
Rhetoric?
That was when I was playing Abzan Company.
What about like rhetoric?
That one's fine too.
That's closer.
It's closer. They get Revel sometimes. Sometimes it's the Great Revel.
Kyle a little frustrated here. Looks like slamming his 7 back. An emphatic mulligan here. Or
even when you're
emphatic, if you will.
disadvantaged, like Kyle is here, not in general. I don't want Kyle. Don't hurt me. Even when you're disadvantaged in a situation, you have to send a message.
Yeah.
So the emphatic mulligan is to tell Nicola that you're still losing this game.
Yeah.
I'm just mad I couldn't do it with 7.
It's like he has capped. There's a Grim Flare on top of the
I
deck.
thought he kept 4 lands and a Siege Rhino, but I could be wrong.
No, there's a Tarmogoyf, an Abrupt Decay, a few lands.
And a Nameless Inversion.
Yeah, he sounds good.
It's actually very good.
Yeah.
The Nameless Inversion sets up nicely for the Goyf. I love the encroachment past turn.
Just let him know that you're here to take his space. So I have a Plains to lead off. Did he draw? I didn't even really see him. I guess
Yeah,
I
I drew
did.
the flare.
I just didn't even see the motion for it. I just don't know what happened.
I hope he just shocks, sends a message.
That'd be nice. Or gets like a Plains.
I'm at 14.
Get a Plains.
Plains Forest.
Plains Forest, pick up Flare, big Goyf, let him know it's coming. There you go. Swamp Plains, so you can't do anything.
Nice.
All
Kyle
right,
has no interest in casting white spells this game. I think he has a Marsh Flats, to be fair.
I think he's also. I think he has a Horizon game in his hand still. Actually,
Really?
yeah, I think so.
Got multiples?
Nicola, very fast turn. Just a
Caves of Koyolis.
Coilless. There's a Blessed Alliance, however. Kyle looks to be caught off guard. That's not exiled. That's just sacrificed.
Yeah. He's slightly less off guard now. It makes his Goyf bigger. He's happy.
Comes Goyf. That's
Goyf's
a
going to die
3/4.
to another Blessed Alliance, though.
Eldrazi Displacer, couple
In multiples.
Nicola's hand. Shuffles a ghost quarter to the front.
A ghost.
Host quarter.
A ghost.
Ghost. Here is Kyle fetching down to 15, it would seem. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So
What are the black cards in Nicola's
I
hand?
want to say Collective Brutality, but I could be wrong. No.
Okay.
Dark Confidant. Okay.
They're bibs.
Yeah, that seems like the choice he's going to have here, too. This is going to line up pretty nicely for Kyle's Nameless Inversion.
Yeah.
That'll make the Goy, what,
Huge.
5? No, 4. Only 4. It only has tribal.
Huge.
All right.
Maybe Nicola has a path that he's been hiding from us. Nope. It's a
Just
Flicker
second
Wisp.
Blessed Alliance. How sick it would be if Kyle played Noble Hierarch and attacked with the next turn with the Goyf beside it? How sick would that be?
Nicola haphazardly flipping that Nameless Inversion out there. Kyle making sure that the Goyf math is correct this time.
Yep. Deals 4 to Nicola.
Trying to put the die on 6. I would be happy to as well.
Sure, yeah.
Last time we got it wrong, the wrong way.
Draws a path.
Now he has an answer to the Goyf and something else.
Yeah, he's going to play a Bob here as well, which is nice.
It is, except that Kyle has an Abrupt Decay.
Okay,
But
that's fine.
the path will get the Goyf, and then we'll be kind of even here.
I mean, here's the thing. You have to get through these spells eventually, so this isn't a bad way to do it, right? Just put out your threats that he has to answer,
And
make him answer it, tie up his mana.
Displacer is very powerful. So if the other cards are getting dealt with first, the Displacer resolving later is not a
huge.
bad thing. Ooh, shock.
Okay.
Spicy. This
So
feels like
this tells me he wants to play Goyf and hold something else up, hold a Abrupt Decay up as well.
he has another Goyf?
I think so.
Oh.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It has Grimflare and Abrupt Decay.
Okay. So here we're just going to see, I imagine, the path. Sure enough, there it is.
Kyle going to get a basic Plains, I imagine. He's got a lot of forests. Okay. Maybe he doesn't have basic Plains.
We want more. I don't think he does, actually.
Yeah, it's
I think I've talked to
entirely
him before about his
possible.
mana base, and he plays a couple forests, a swamp, and I think he plays 0 planes.
Okay. I was really hoping he'd play the Flare and Abrupt Decay at the same time, so Nicola could be like, oh, so you're Abrupt Decaying your Grimflare, yes.
Yeah, good choice. So there is the
Well
Grimflare.
played.
It is Delirious. Instant tribal land creature.
I think maybe this turn
This
you hold
walks
up
into
the
Blessed
Blessed Alliance. Kyle has no man lands. Did you just draw a Rhino?
That'd be pretty good.
No,
too.
Lingering Souls, I think.
Okay.
Ooh, there's the man land.
Yeah.
Kyle might consider holding off on one turn.
I don't think so. He might. He's going to go ahead and play and flashback Lingering Souls immediately. Zealous Persecution would be insane for Nicola.
Yeah. Yeah, he just passes. Kyle doesn't
Okay.
attack with the Flare.
Good heads up play. Good heads up play.
Must have had a read on him.
Well, I don't know. He hasn't tapped his mana yet either. I don't know. Maybe
Nicola
they're
did
still-
draw, though.
Okay. Yeah, he has Temple Garden in play, but I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Well,
that was
our spotter pointing out that he has Temple Guard in play for the basic planes, but you're seeing why that's not a great search if he does have a basic planes in his deck, because he can't activate Shambling Vent, play another white card.
So Nicola deciding what he wants to do here. He's stranded on mana here is the issue, and this Blessed Alliance now does nothing.
Yeah, it's real bad now. He has a Wasteland Strangler. And an Aether Pile right on time.
Sure, yeah.
Right where we want it.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Delirious, this Grimflare is... That was some great
think
English there.
You can probably just... Yeah, I was going to say you can probably Flicker Wisp, blink
Token.
a token. Choosing his token. The pink one goes.
Yeah, get rid of that one, please. Scapegoat tokens have nothing to do here.
It's unfortunate for Nicola, though, because Kyle's just going to be able to curate the top of his deck at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no good block. Maybe you trade a Flicker Wisp for a Spirit, but you would hope not.
Okay, it sacrifices Horizon Canopy off. He can still power up this Channeling Vents. He's going to go ahead and do that.
I think I'd trade for the vent in a heartbeat here.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the only one that doesn't stay on the table to die.
Yep.
And this lets your Zealous Persecution save your life next turn.
Mm-hmm.
It would either way, but
Yeah.
Zealous Persecution can clear the tokens anyway.
So there's no point in trading it off for a 1/1
And
flyer.
the vent would be hard to answer even if you clear board.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. So, I mean, yeah, his optimal block here, I agree, would be on the Shelling Vent. He takes 7 that way, falls to 6, and Kyle gets set up top of his deck for next turn.
he's going to do that either way.
Yeah, that's not going to change.
So you got to trade for the bigger threat here.
I think your worst block is Grim Player.
Absolutely.
Yep. So there goes Shelling Vent. Nicola falls to 6. Kyle, we're going to see a trigger happen here.
Nicola needs a lot of help to get back in this game.
Yeah, he needs a lot of help. Where does it start? Zealous Persecution? Is that where it starts, you think? Or does it start with like answering the Grim Player first?
Both.
Okay.
You want like Zealous Persecution and Path here,
Sure.
but you also need the
The
lands,
mana to do that,
which
yeah.
you won't have.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
he needs to top deck both of those. So yeah, he's in a rough spot. I think he has a lot of 3 mana plays, and he has an Aether Vial that he was never able to get
Yeah,
online.
well, he
because
drew
drew
it
it
last
late.
turn, right? So that doesn't
Yeah.
do anything. Yeah, Aether Vial, an unfortunate card where, yeah, the later you draw it, the worse it becomes.
Oh yeah.
So. So he's not dead. He can Blessed Alliance to gain 4 life, so he's not actually dead.
Sweet.
I mean, he's not in a good spot, but he's not.
Gains 4, goes to 10, takes 6,
7,
7.
goes
Could
to
die to
3.
Rhino.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
No,
yeah,
I'm not
he's-
saying like you
No,
play
I know.
around it at this point. Oh,
Okay, he had Path. Okay, that's a good start. So he's gonna take 3, fall to 3. So he's still dead to Rhino.
Yep.
Because he.
I really hope Kyle has the Rhino and he like searched his basic just to be, get the ordering. The heads up play from Nicola here would be still in combat, Ghost Quarter the Temple Garden if you're truly afraid of Rhino.
Yeah.
If you just have that soul read that you're like, I'm going to die to Rhino this turn. To be fair, he needs to, well, I guess next turn he gets to Wasteland Strangler one of the tokens. So he's still alive.
Yeah, he's still not dead. And Bloodline's still in his hand as well.
Yeah.
So Nicola is not
He
dead.
still really wants a land.
Yeah.
Drew a Thought Knot.
Okay, that's not a land.
So you're definitely running out the Wasteland Strangler here because it gets you on board. And, well, okay, so the only reason you wouldn't is if you're afraid Kyle top decks Gavany Township because your
Okay.
Blessed Alliance keeps you at 1. But I don't think you win that game anyway. So I think you just run out the Wasteland, kill a guy.
Wasteland costs you a life though, so you can't. You die.
Oh, yeah.
So he has to run it like Displacer here if he wants
then
to get on
no, he
board.
can't.
Or hold up. Well, you can run it. Oh yeah, Displacer kills him too.
Yeah.
So yeah, his only option here is hold up Blessed Alliance.
Yeah, that's really awkward.
I think you probably Blessed Alliance to gain life still.
Yep.
Because that'll put you to 7, which is 4.
It makes it so that your Wasteland Strangler is now castable
Yeah.
next turn.
Yeah.
Nicola can still do this.
Yeah, he can. It's going to take a lot of good draws on his part.
And a lot of blanks.
And a
from
lot of
Kyle.
blanks on Kyle's part. He's also making Kyle sacrifice, it looks like. No. Okay, he is gaining life. So he will fall to 4 after going up to 7. So far, I
Kyle
mean...
has any threat, though.
Yeah, any creature he's in. Even like a Shelling Vents is good.
Stirring Wildwood, I think he plays one of.
Yeah, like any other additional creature here is probably just too much for Nicola.
I think he actually has a Lingering Souls in his graveyard, too.
Okay, he's gonna- No, he doesn't have a soul. He only had the 1 souls this game, so...
I thought he put another one in his grave from
No, I
Flare.
don't believe so. Nicola tapping the top of his deck, hoping to find an answer here. He did pulse away the Aether Vial. So, like you said, Wasteland Strangler is still live. He's not dead. He gets to kill one of these tokens, fall to 2 or 1 on the following attack, and then he needs something.
Yeah.
He really
if
needed
he
that.
drew a Flicker Wisp, he should... No, I guess he still has to take a damage to play that.
Yeah. Yeah, this Caves of Coilhouse being really awkward, unfortunately.
Well, no, if you draw Flicker Wisp, you still play it because you take a damage, blink a token, it doesn't come back. Then you can also block a token.
Yep, and you only go to 2 that way.
Yeah, and then you can still
Which
play a
means you can
Wasteland
still play
Strangler.
Wasteland Strangler the turn after, yeah. If you need to.
Yeah, if he had the Flicker Wisp. I don't know if he does.
I don't-
Looks like he has
yeah.
3 Displacers, a Thought Knot, and a
And a
Wasteland
Wasteland.
Strangler.
So I think Wasteland is your only play here. Displacer doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah. So you go down to 3, kill a guy. Oh, this is so bad because now you can't even...
So he's gonna have
Floating mana.
He's gonna have colors up of that. He's gonna get black. He's gonna go ahead and play the Strangler here. He's
Yeah.
just doing it so he's
Well-
staying at 2, but yeah, I mean he's cutting himself off mana. He needs
In this way, he also makes it so he
Magic
can
Nicola,
cast
give
a
him back
Zealous
Lingering
Persecution.
Souls. Just give him back Lingering Souls.
Here
Yeah,
you go, buddy.
This opens the door to the Persecution route, which he would have had anyways.
But if he...
No, he
so-
wouldn't. If he would have been a 1.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. He wouldn't have been able to cast it, so...
So he would have had to get here at some point, likely. So that's attack for 2. Nicola falls to 2.
Kyle still just drawing
Needs a
blanks.
big draw. You can cast that. But yeah, that is the game, so...